Hello, how's everybody doing today? Happy Saturday. I just thought I'd come on. I was gonna come on yesterday, but uh I wasn't feeling well. So I said let me just skip it and try today. So try tomorrow. So here I am. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I just wanted to cover something that I didn't cover last week, which was the astrology part for uh after May, because I did mention that things were going to be good up until May. Um, but I actually wanted to look at it was September. Actually, June is when Pluto goes retrograde. So that means it slows down the effects of Pluto being in Aquarius. But actually, the real problem happens in September because Pluto goes back into Capricorn and it is retrograde. Um, so I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to do a reading on that alien in Miami, um, at the mall. I initially got Seven of Cups. And to me, what that means is, I mean, Seven of Cups is pretty much smoke and mirrors. So yeah, it could be fake. I didn't pull any other cards. I mean, it could also be, like, yeah, it could be like a portal opening up and, some whatever, something coming through. It could also mean that, like interdimensional type of thing. Um, but I want to look into that. And also, I was going to talk about, well, Caroline did a video about food and water. So I was just going to talk about that as well. And that's about it. I don't know how this video might be shorter than others, but we'll see. So let me get into the astrology and let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so yeah, so I mean, I really want to focus on September of 2024 this year, only because that's when, there's trouble here. As I said, Pluto's in Virgo. I mean, I'm sorry, not Virgo. Pluto's in Capricorn. So that kind of like control energy, dominance kind of energy comes back up. Um, so it's kind of worrisome. Uh, it's a little, kind of worrisome. And then we have, let's see, Saturn, um, Jupiter. Saturn goes retrograde in Pisces. So it's kind of like they're at odds because Saturn is kind of like controlling and, you know, Pisces is kind of like free spirited. So they're kind of like yin and yang there, you know, Saturn wants structure, and on the other hand, Pisces seeks freedom. One is completely right brain and the other one is like left brain. So I kind of sense there's going to be like some kind of conflict. That's telling me there's going to be like a conflict. Could be a battle, you know, um, especially with Pluto, going from Aquarius into Capricorn, there could be riots, there could be things, kind of like erupting, because the collective consciousness is saying, we don't want to conform. So that's what, I'm seeing here. And then also, if you look at Uranus, um, in Taurus, which is it's also retrograde. I mean that may have something to do with, I mean, Taurus is more about, like possessions, money. Um, it could be, it's very earthy, so, it could be whatever, like, it could be food, it could be, a number of like physical things. Um, so yeah, that kind of that worries me a little bit there. There's a confusion aspect with retrogrades, and the sun is also in Virgo. Uh, so it's like we're kind of trying to like rationalize things here. Um, I'm just reading my notes, like, it's like creating tension, impatience, changes, sudden changes. Um, and as I said, like more prone to like rebellion, being rebellious. It also could be earth changes, catastrophes, because it isn't an earth sign. So it could be like sudden, it could be an earthquake, it could be a tsunami, it could be, something along those lines. Um, like a hurricane. I think the months ending in an R, pretty sure like that's like hurricane season. Um, but it's alluding to like kind of like restrictions worldwide. So this is going to be until uh let me see. Pluto goes direct. Okay, so Pluto does go direct October 12th. Okay, at least that. And then in November 20th, it goes back into Aquarius. So there could be a few months, of, stuff that we're going to see that's going to be not so nice. Um, so that's what I wanted to point out, because I know my last video I said that I mostly focused on the good stuff, but I didn't like say much about the bad stuff. So I just wanted to make you aware. And then I want to pull some cards. So let's just see if Spirit wants to tell us, like any information. All right, so September and October and, possibly November. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about those months? So we need to know about September, October. Those months that look difficult. Okay. So right off the bat, you know what? Let me stop sharing. Okay. So right off the bat, I got the world. Okay. So this is cycles, it could be cyclical, it's gonna affect, it could, affect the whole world. Okay. And it's a major arcana. So, it's like, pay attention here. Okay. So then I got, for the outcome, I got the lovers. I mean, this could be decisions, but I feel like this is telling me it's more like a collective consciousness card. Um, it has to do with evolving, it has to do with uh, with people evolving on a spiritual level. That's how I feel. Like that's what it really has to do with the meaning. Okay, so then in the past, I got a Four of Swords. Again, this has like something spiritual behind it, something hidden. This is definitely something hidden that I'm picking up on. And something that's already like in the works, it's like replicating. Um DNA, DNA upgrades. We're developing our DNA. This is what I'm getting. Um and then I got Ace of Pentacles for the future. It might have to do with money, but I feel like it also has to do with, it could have something to do with like the world's resources. Um, but I'm feeling more like Earth. So I think it has to do more with like Earth changes. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting more, and especially with this card, I feel like it has to do more with the sun, the solar flares, and just the earth changing, the sun changing. Um, so I feel like it's going to be more like natural type of stuff, like natural disasters, that type of stuff, if anything. And then I got Nine of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. Financial, I feel like, yeah, this has more to do with financial, like financial freedom. Maybe by September financially things will be better. Things will be better in the world. And we'll be able to handle like, something like a natural disaster better. Um, that's what I'm pretty much getting. Okay. For that, it might not be so severe, like it might not be as severe. I don't know. We'll see. All right, I want to ask another question. Is there anything, what do we need to know? Is there anything that is going to happen soon that we should know about? Like very soon, like within a month, within a couple of months? Because I have been getting like the devil card and the moon. So let's see if there's anything Spirit wants to tell us anything about that. Okay, so I got Two of Pentacles. I feel like that's timeline shifts. Okay, so I got Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Um, so smoke and mirrors, like illusions, like it's just like I think a lot of like fake, fake news and things to confuse you, it looks like. And I got two of swords, five of wands. They're not major arcana cards. I got king of wands. So let's see if you were to, let me just redo this. Yeah, so I just feel like it's like a lot of the same stuff happening, a lot of the same stuff happening, but I guess, the more major stuff is going to happen in September, October. There's going to be something. Let's see. All right, so let's switch to the alien in Miami, the extraterrestrial kind, not the one from south of the border. Okay, so what do we need to know? I feel like my earpiece is falling off. Okay, what do we need to know about the ET at the mall? What do we need to know about the ET at the mall? And like these stories, you never see a good picture of them. You never do. Well, you know what? I didn't ask the question well. Okay, so was the ET at the mall, was it real? Like, was it a real, ET alien? Oh, some cards flew out. I got seven of wands. I got, ooh, this thing is falling out. I got king of wands and the fool. So I'm like, I would say no, that it was not, it was not something real. Because I mean, you have the fool. I mean, right there, that's kind of like that's a trickster type of card. And it could have been, like it's kind of a trickster, kind of manipulated. And this guy's like creative, like a creative thinker. So I'm gonna, and this is like unique, so I'm more going by like that. That's kind of telling me that I don't think, it was kind of like manipulated. Was it a real alien? Let's see. See if I get well, I got three of pentacles and I got the magician. So and then I got cloaked. So I'm going towards that. It wasn't real. Like it could have been somebody who was, like CGI, who they made, made them look like an alien, like so somebody disguised, like this is like going towards somebody who's disguised. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. You can take it or leave it. I don't know if this resonates with you, but that's what I'm getting. Anyway, so yeah, food. I just wanted to mention, since I've been home, I've been really getting into just making things from scratch. And I know that's not for everyone because I know like people don't have time to do that. But I really have noticed a change in my health. I've noticed it, and even my hubby's noticed a change. I have been making my own bread, my own sourdough bread, which actually took me 6 days, but it was delicious. And really looking into uh things that you could make from scratch, using dough. I mean, the bread is like three ingredients, water, flour, and salt. That's it. I mean, if you go to the supermarket and you buy bread, I mean, you'll have like maybe 16 ingredients. And, it just makes me think like, God, I've been eating that way for all these years with all these chemicals going into my body. I mean, even if the bread is like supposedly healthy, you're still gonna have like all these ingredients in them just to like preserve them. They put all these ingredients so that they can stay on the shelf longer. And like, who knows what it does to your body? But it's just something to think about. I also I've made jelly before. I just like recently did again, jam. Um, again, it's like two ingredients, fruit and sugar. That's it. You know, I use organic sugar, but it's just like, something to think about, something to consider if you do have the time to make things from scratch, like, even pasta from scratch. I remember my grandmother making pasta. She used to make bread. Um, it's something to think about. Because the things that we buy at the supermarket, they're just not good for you. Um, and I think that we're going to be moving towards like more like farmers markets, like people shopping at farmers markets, or even growing their own food, especially when the new financial system kicks in. People will have more time to do things like that and be healthy and exercise. But with the way the system is, it's impossible. It's impossible right now. And it was purposely done to control the population. And I'm sure many of you know that, uh, like poison us so we get sick. You don't have time for your family, like, and we as women, we were meant to be nurturers and the caretakers of our families. And, like that's just, it's been out the window. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am for women's rights and everything like that. Um, I don't have, I'm, I think women should have rights, but it's just gone, like things have gotten too far where we as women, we can't even take care of our family because we're too busy working. And that needs to, you know, that that needs to change. It just completely needs to change. Um, but I know it will. It will change. But anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, another thing I wanted to just say. So my question for you guys is, if money was no object, like let's say we change to the QFS tomorrow, okay? And you had all this money, right? If that changed, if money was no object, what will you be doing? Um, like, what would you do with the money? And I want you to write in the comments below, what would you be doing? What would you be doing with your time? You know, if you had this freedom, what would you be doing with it? I want to hear from you. Write in the comments below. All right, well, that's all I have for today. And once again, thank you for tuning in and subscribing. And have a great day. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and, like and share and all that stuff. So enjoy your weekend. Love and light.